Hey, hi everybody. Welcome to Life After Mental Illness. I'm Bill MacPhee, your recovery expert, and recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. Today, what we're going to talk about is I'm going to talk about a question that Stephen emailed in, and I want to tell you that if you have any questions on recovery, feel free to email me at bill@billmcphee.ca, and MacPhee is MacPhee, so bill@billmcphee.ca. So Steve's question, and then today we're gonna take Steve's question. Then I'm gonna talk a little bit about some of our services. I'm gonna give you an update on our some of my speaking engagements coming up, and give you an offer for a promotion. So anyway, Steve's question was, he says, Bill, I follow your videos. However, what's your opinion on the ability to focus on any task? Well, that's a great question, because a lot of times with mental illness, we may be hard to focus or hard to concentrate. And I can remember early on in my illness, being on medication, and I would actually, my eyes were blurry. I was seeing blurry vision, so I couldn't, for example, read, and that was hard to concentrate because you have a lot of things going on. However, though, let's talk about that. Before we can talk about focus, we have to remember we have to have a goal to focus on. So once we have a goal, say for example, our goal is to read my book, To Cry a Dry Tear, Bill MacPhee's Journey of Hope and Recovery. Say we make the goal to sit down at 2 sittings and an hour and a half each and read this book and finish it. Well, what happens is that we have a goal, and now the focus is to finish the book. So we have that clear focus. It's sort of like the camera that I'm speaking into now. It's like it's in focus, so the goal is clear. So I want to make a vlog, and it's in focus, so the goal is clear. However, what happens is that focusing is fine. It's like giving a clear picture of what we have to do, but how to do that is where concentration comes in. And concentration is like the discipline of focusing and getting the goal done. So concentration is very, very important, and it's very hard sometimes with the mental illness because everybody's different, and especially with the mental illness, everybody's different on concentrating. It's not easy, and different people have different styles. For example, I don't concentrate very well. For example, I'm kind of like all over the place. So if, say for example, I'm writing a letter on my computer, right? Well, bang, I get a notice that an email comes in. Well, I'll go and I'll click and I'll see what that email is. And then say maybe I might be listening to over the internet to some music or something, and a good song comes on and I pause. And so really I'm not giving that discipline, that real concentration. But if my goal, for example, was to write that letter in 20 minutes, and that's my goal, then I'm going to say, okay, I have to do everything to reach my goal. So I'm not going to check my email, and I'm not going to listen to the music, and I'm not going to do this. I'm going to focus on my goal, and I'm going to concentrate. So, for example, if you're going to say that I'm sitting down and I'm going to read an hour and a half, okay, well, what am I going to do? Okay, well, I'm going to put my cell phone away. I'm going to turn the phone off. I'm not going to watch TV. I'm not going to have the TV on. I'm going to focus on sitting here for a whole hour and a half and reading half of this book. So that's what it is. Now, a lot of times, depending on your style, like a lot of times, like lawyers, for example, lawyers, what's appealing about a lawyer's job and the lawyer's duty is that they have certain files or certain cases that they're working on, and they may work 15 minutes on one case and then put it away and then get another file out and work for a half hour on something and put it away. And that's what's appealing in that job, where you're always doing something kind of different, a different kind of file you're working on, and they may concentrate on each one for a short period of time. Okay, so that's a little bit about about focusing and concentration. Let's talk a little bit about multitasking. Now, we hear it all the time. Well, I'm going to do one or two things at a time, or I can do three things at a time. I'm gonna listen to the radio, and I'm gonna do. The truth is, there is such a thing as multitasking. For example, in our bodies, God created us in our bodies, and we have our organ systems, and we have different systems: the respiratory system, the circulatory system, all kinds of systems in our body. And right now, our central nervous system and all that kind of stuff, and everything is working together. Our body right now, believe it or not, there's literally billions of things with our cells, billions of things happening at the same time. Now, as the creation, that is our multitasking. Our body is multitasking right now. Okay, so that's happened. But you know what? When it comes to work, or when it comes to us actually doing something, there is no such thing as doing more than one thing at a time. You can't do it. You can't do it. Why? It's because you're concentrating. You can only concentrate on one thing at a time. Many times when I'm doing this vlog, I'll do it from the car and everything like that, right? And I might be being filmed, and I might be speaking to you, and I'm driving. But really, when I'm looking at the camera, that's concentrating. I'm only doing one thing at a time. Even though I'm driving, I'm not concentrating on that as much. So really, concentration, you can only do one thing at a time, and multitasking is kind of a myth. Speaking about myths, there's three types of different people, and I've learned this in business through a book called The E-Myth Revised. And usually during with people in business, you have three types of people. You have entrepreneurs, you have managers, and you have technicians. And the entrepreneurs are the people who dream up the ideas, who are visionary, who try to create things, try to make things happen. We think that we can't fail. We have lots of hope. We have lots of things that we want to do. We have lots of expectations. Dreamers. We're dreamers. Entrepreneurs are dreamers. Next, you have managers. Managers are basically people who go to Home Depot, say for example, or a hardware store, and they buy all kinds of tools, and they come home and they put their tools in their garage, and they hang up boards, and they put their tools all hanging up, and they spray paint, and they make a spot for each tool. They put lines in their garage, and they have a snowblower, and they park the snowblower between the lines. Basically, a manager is somebody who organizes and is really manages and kind of puts the dots and puts the I's on the dots and crosses the T's and everything like that. That's a manager. But if it weren't for the entrepreneur, the manager would have nothing to do and they'd be lost. Now, you have another thing that's called a technician. And a technician is basically somebody who doesn't multitask. They basically concentrate and they do their job. They may be doing data entry or doing sales calls or doing something that's routine, something that they focus on, something that they concentrate on one thing, and they don't care about the entrepreneur, they don't care about his dreams, they don't care about his goals, they don't care about the manager. A technician is leave me alone and let me do my job. I'm concentrating and I'm doing my job. I don't care about anything else. And that's what you have. And basically in business and in life too, you have those three things. You have entrepreneurs, you have managers, and you have technicians. Okay. Now, moving on. Okay, so that's enough of that. Now I just want to talk to you a little bit about some promotions here. I was mentioning my book. So listen, this book, To Cry a Dry Tear, Bill MacPhee's Journey of Hope and Recovery with Schizophrenia is my book. It's a classic book, and I'll tell you why. It's a classic book because it has my doctor's notes in it, and it has my nursing notes in it, which is a lot of books on mental illness. People who write books don't have that in there, and this is a very, very good insight. The book can be read in 2 sittings of an hour and a half, and you know what? if you can get it today if you want. If you go to Amazon.com, or you can probably download it. If you go to Amazon, you can download it, or you can order it there. However, if you order it through me, if you call my cell phone number, which I'm going to give you right now, which is 905-994-3022. Once again, 905-994-3022. If you call my cell phone, if I'm not pick it up, then just leave a message. I'll get back to you within 24 hours, and I'll process your credit card, and I will talk to you, and I will specifically autograph this book and write something nice in the book for you, and I'll send it out in the mail the next day. So if you want to read the book, you can get it cheaper on Amazon. That's no problem. Or if you can order it by giving me a call, I'll take your credit card number, and I will write something nice in the book for you, and I will send it to you the next day. There. So that's a little bit about the book. I want to talk a little bit about my recovery coaching. Recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. And what basically recovery coaching is I take you through my my plan, my Bright Future program, which is basically has 6 pillars of recovery. And before we get in that, we get into understanding your illness. And so, you know what? However, what I do is I charge $75 a session. Sessions are 50 minutes. And you just phone me up on my cell phone, 905-994-3022. We'll get something scheduled on the calendar. And even if you just want to call up one time, maybe you're stuck, maybe you have a problem with something, maybe you're parents and you want to see how the regime is, if you're doing things right, if you're doing things wrong. Anyways, it's all about recovery. So if you have any questions and you want to book some time, feel free. I can work around your schedule. I work weekends, evenings, during the days, whatever. It's all about you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, and I want you to take care. I want you to take advantage of my knowledge. The other thing that I want to end, and we're going to end soon. I just have this one more promotion to tell you about. Most of you know that I have an offer. I do speaking engagements, and I've made an offer that if you book a speaking engagement before the end of August for any time in 2017, then I'll waive my speaking fee, which is usually $1,000, and I will and I'll just come to your area for just expenses. The expenses are usually flight out of Buffalo, New York, and miles or meals and hotel for when I'm away. And I want to give you an update since I made that promotion. Well, I did have other speaking engagements booked before that, but I'm going to be where I'm going to be at. I'm going to be in Toronto. I'm speaking at a Canadian Mental Health Association conference in Toronto, and eventually I'll give you these dates as they get closer. I'm going to be in Ottawa at the Royal Ottawa Hospital doing a presentation. And I got something, I think, on November 25th. We're trying to get me to Peterborough, Ontario. I got some things in the works with Atlanta, Georgia. In that area, I may be doing a week tour out that way. I got something in Niagara Falls coming, and I'm working on British Columbia, the British Columbia, what is it, the Sunshine Coast area in British Columbia. Is trying to bring me out there for a little bit of a speaking tour. I did a tour maybe 4 years ago out there, and was well received, and we're going to do that again. So, okay, anyways, everybody, listen, I'm going to end here. Remember, there is life after mental illness. Recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. And remember, just feel free to call me, 905-994-3022. And just before I go, hang on, just before I go, I know I'm out of the camera now, but I want to get something here. I want to get something here. I want you to say goodbye to Lucy. Okay, Lucy, say goodbye to everybody. Okay, oh, you're giving Daddy a kiss, are you? Oh, okay, everybody, so have a great day, and we'll see you next time. And be good. Bye-bye. Hi. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And follow me on Facebook and Twitter.